The ASI-MV then is used periodically throughout treatment to track progress and to see where they are and if their needs are changing with different in different life domains. And we use the ASI every time we request services. We have to get authorization for services for outpatient or IOP services, and if we need to submit a request for continuing care or recurrent, which is called a recurrent authorization, we'll have the ASI done again and provide that information as part of our request for services to get the authorization. If they have somebody that they're meeting with and they feel that substance abuse is more prevalent of an issue than what they feel comfortable with addressing, or feel that they would benefit from group exposure, or even if they just would like more additional information, they'll put them on the ASI-MV, because oftentimes they'll respond to things in the ASI-MV that they don't share when they're doing a face-to-face type interview, and it'll come up and then they can be able to use that information to dialogue further about it in the session. We were bogged down at the beginning of doing these intakes because we were spending 2 hours. It was taking 2 hours to 2.5 hours to complete an intake assessment with one person, and that was one clinician doing it face to face. The whole intake process was very tense all the way around. So somebody was waiting almost 60-some days to get on buprenorphine for an opiate dependency. And so what we did is we looked at the ASI-MV, and we decided that we were going to go to open access, and so that anyone that called during the week would get an appointment on Monday, and they would complete the ASI-MV, and then that way it would reduce the amount of time that had to be done face-to-face with the clinician. So when we made that initial trial, that 6-week period, the results were amazing, but the amazing results had to do with just the staff morale. When I took the amount of the money that was being spent on the ASI-MV and calculated the staff time and hours that we did to provide that same type of service, we were actually saving, and I should have the numbers, but it was like $18,000 that we were actually saving. So we went down to 4.6 days for an average. I think it was like 4.2 or 4.6 days to average from a person the time they called our agency to the time they had their first service with us. And then after that, we were under 24 hours to get medicated with buprenorphine services. And largely that's due to using the ASI-MV. If there's not enough uses on there or the computer's down, it's like not having the remote control for the television.